same ad, it's got to be 20 times a night, and there'll be 5 ads that I'll see each ad. What do you think? You think the more you hit me round the head with that, I'm eventually going to give in and buy it out of just surrendering? Is that the level we've reached?
Well, trust me, I've done media plans in years gone by, and you realise after the event that all you've really done is sat in front of a spreadsheet putting crosses in boxes, and you're not really close to the action. What actually is...
Talk about media. There used to be, going back 20 years or more, great creative media planners and great creative media buyers. Mike Yershon, Mike Gold. Does anybody ever study those? Does anybody in media ever study those guys? They would do things that would take your breath away. Do you know why we have live football on TV now? That's Mike Yershon. He's a media buyer. And football was dead in the mid-80s. It was dead. Nobody would go along to these dead, old, rusty, boring grounds with 2 blokes and one of them's got a dog. And they called Mike in and said, what can we do? And Mike said, well, there's only one thing you do. You have to put live football on TV, and because there's only 2 channels then, ITV and BBC, I create a bidding war between them. One gets a Friday night game, one gets a Saturday game. And they threw Mike out of the FA. They said, if we put it on TV, no one will ever go to football games, and that'll kill it dead. No one will go to the grounds at all. Anyway, 3 o'clock on Saturday is sacrosanct for every game in the land to kick off. So they threw Mike out. Now, Mike got in his cab, but there were no mobile phones then. By the time Mike got back to the agency, his phone was ringing, and the board of the FA was saying, come back, we've thrown the chairman out of it, and we think what you said made a lot of sense. Come back and talk to us how to do it. And Mike did, and he explained to them that you're looking at it wrongly. Isn't that TV will be a vampire for the game? TV will be an advert for the game. You'll have a 90-minute advert on a Friday night, a 90-minute advert on a Saturday. Suddenly, you'll be advertising the game. At time, you'll not only be selling it, but you'll be getting advertising you couldn't buy. You'll be making it so popular, especially with the advent of colour TV now. And, well, now look at the difference between what football was before Mike got them to put it on TV, when it had to be 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and the only thing you were allowed to see was highlights on Match of the Day. Now they're paying over £1 billion a year. It's the pitching war between Sky and BT now to get the rights, because Mike's got a vision beyond the spreadsheet. And you'll find Mike was the one also who invented 48-sheet posters, because all then we had was 16-sheet posters. And Mike had to sell the Ford Capri. And he said, well, that shape's wrong. I'm going to buy 3 16s and put them together. And eventually he set up a unit to go around the country buying 16 sheets of Mayville, and that became Portland. And Mike Gold was exactly the same thing. These guys think creatively. Now, after you see this, you say, well, of course. But at the time, it just wasn't a possibility.